Hello again, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is TrueWoWStories coming back with some more information about 5.3. This was updated on May 7th. This not document, but webpage I'm looking at. However, this video will be coming out on May 9th. And nothing, to my knowledge, has been updated even further at this point. I'm going to skip past the class section real quick because that's going to cause a lot of stuff, and I'll talk about more of that later. Alright, starting with some quests. The Shadow Pen and August Celestial dailies, you no longer have to be revered with Golden Lotus to start those. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. It's kind of stupid that you had to in the first place, but A Test of Valor reduced the amount of valor needed for this achievement and for the quest to 3,000, down from 6,000. I like that, and that pisses me off at the same time, because this week is when I personally will finally finish that quest, and I just know 5.3 will come out next Tuesday, just because Blizzard is monitoring my characters and is fixing things right after I finish dealing with them. So that's just kind of the habit. Like, back in the day, I got keyed for Karazhan, and the very next week they took out keys. So that shows Blizzard. The strength of one's foes. This is the one where they drop the Sigil of Power or Sigil of Wisdom. Now, it used to be, or in Terrace of the Endless Spring, they kind of had a 50-50 shot of either one. However, Mogushan Vaults would primarily drop Power, and a little Wisdom if you're lucky. Heart of Fear, vice versa. Now it looks like they're supposed to be equal. Any creature that's level 90 can drop a Lesser Charm of Good Fortune. That's cool. That's good. I like that. I mean, I don't have a big problem with dailies, and I have a huge pile of Lesser Charms stocked up. But I know people really don't like dailies, some people. And this will make them very happy. All rare spawns, except for the War Scouts and Warbringers, and any bosses in the new Battlefield's Barrens area that I, brought up yesterday, will drop always Lesser Charms of Fortune. That's good. Rare spawns in Pandaria, except those on Isle of Thunder, now have a chance to drop Bind on Pickup Invitation to the Brawlers Guild. So you no longer need to hope and get lucky from the black market auction house that nobody outbids you at the last second, or pay a couple thousand. But it is bind on pickup, so this is not one of the ones you can sell in the auction house. Now I'm wondering, the previous one excluded War Scouts and Warbringers. I'm wondering if this one includes them, because it is excluding Isle of Thunder rares. I feel like it'll include them. It doesn't say they exclude them. Undasta. From the shiny pile of poo that she drops, you have a chance to get a primal egg and some dinosaur bones, which are pretty good, I guess. I would have liked to see more gold out of those, because let's face it, if you're fighting Undasta, the shiny pile of refuse, the gold you get from that will not even cover your repair bill. So, Spitfire Beam no longer increases in damage with each jump, but deals a flat 200k to basically every target there. If you have more than 99 people, you're overdoing it on Undasta. Undasta's been nerfed so bad, you really only need 2 raids. And with this buff, you'll really only need 1. A whole bunch of stuff about pet battles. Bonus damage to some abilities. You can now do it in all dungeons and raids. If you do it in the wild, other players can see what's happening. Hit chances displayed. They no longer have a base chance to miss or be dodged if they're at the same level. Reduces their chance to miss against higher level opponents from 5% down to 2%, so a little less than half. New achievements and rewards for max level matchmaking PvP pet battles. Wins for matchmaking PvP pet battles can be tracked in statistics. Wow, they're really getting serious about this Pokemon stuff. Battle Pets' recent ability loadouts will now be saved when pets are swapped in and out of battle slots. Okay. Pandaren Spirit Pet Supplies now has a chance to drop a family-specific battle stone. Those are cool. I like those. Species-specific flawless battle stones are now bound to BattleNet account. Cool. Certain abilities are dealing more damage. A lot of stuff about certain abilities. Excuse me, yawning. I was up a little late last night. A lot of stuff about new abilities. And fixed an ability where pet battles had a chance to stun and they weren't working correctly. Okay. Battle pets, a whole bunch of new ones have been added to Throne of Thunder and Isle of Thunder. A new battle pet can be found in the Frozen Tundras of Northrend, the Unborn Valkyr. That actually sounds really cool. I like the Valkyrs. They look cool looking. Battle pet drops have been added to Burning Crusade raids. I like this. Karazhan, Tempest Keep, Serpentshire Cavern. I can solo all of those except for the last boss of Serpentshire Cavern, but that's because I'm a Blood Death Knight. Well, and I can't solo past Chess Event in Karazhan, but I can solo most of it. All of these new pets will reward you with a new battle pet, Tito. I don't know who Tito is. Wait. Isn't Tito supposed to be Dorothy's pet from the Wizard of Oz event in Karazhan on the opera? It sounds like it. I think it is. Tiny colored carp are now tradable, all colors. Electrified Razortooth now switch positions of blood in the water and paralyzing shock abilities. Ethereal Soul Trader has returned to his larger original size. Teldrassil Sproutling, Withers, and Ruby Sapling's Shell Shield has been replaced with a new ability called Ironbark. Battle Pet quests, you get a new quest for doing all the Battle Pet dailies in a day. Protection for bad luck streaks has been added to battle stones from pet supply bags and wild battles. For each bag or battle that does not provide a stone, a progressively better chance to award a stone to player. That's the same thing that they're doing with the loot in Raid Finders. I imagine I'll get down to that soon. New weekly quests for max level PvP. Difficulty of elite pet battles have been increased. All pet battles award EXP, or the quests. The daily quests now award EXP, Valor, and Lesser Charms. Beasts of Fable daily. Broken into 3 chapters, you can now choose to do any or all the chapters in a day. Rewards have been modified to include a new consumable that will boost pet EXP for a limited time. Oh, speaking of what I was talking about a second ago. Players can now choose to receive loot for specs other than the one that they're spec'd in. Basically, this means if you are a prot paladin, and you're geared out the, out your wazoo with prot gear, you're 520 or something, but your ret set's at like 470, and you want to go through and get ret gear, but you don't want to wait through that really long queue. You can queue in as tank, but choose to instead roll on gear for ret, and that's how you'll gear up your ret set. Instead of getting tank drops from bosses, you'll get ret drops. Throne of Thunder, some of these are the same, some of them are different. And what else? Rerolls. Rerolls will award you ret stuff instead. For an example, you could also choose to instead gear your holy set like that, or you can't gear another character like that. Just another spec on the character you're in. Bonus rolls from any of the raids. So bonus rolls and any of the little bags from the raids, not world bosses, have a small chance to award a larger than usual amount of gold. I wonder if this means 31 gold or like 300 gold. We'll see. Bonus rolls in the raid. I just read that. Bonus rolls. Sorry. Protection for bad luck streaks has been added to bonus rolls. Each bonus roll that does not provide loot has a progressively better chance to award loot to the player. I hope this isn't a hidden mechanic, because if it's a hidden mechanic, players will complain that it's not working. I hope it's open and obvious saying, you got gold, and then next time you're going to click reroll, it has like plus 5%, then you get gold again, plus 10%, something like that. Something to, show that it's doing it. I don't even know if that 5%, 10% is even how it works, but something like that. This is already in game, but reduce the amount of lesser charms of good fortune you need to get a Moga Rune of Fate every week. 3 Moga Runes of Fate. It's now 50 other than 90. It changed a few weeks ago. Serpent Shrine Cavern is getting some retroactive renovations. The Fathom Lord Carathras didn't raid back then. Encounter has been changed. Cataclysmic Bolt now deals 10% of health plus 5k, down from 50% of your health. The stun effect can be removed by abilities that free the player from stuns, and the spell now targets any character class instead of only targeting character classes with mana. That makes me sad. I was immune to that as a Blood Death Knight. Oh well, I guess it's fair. Lady Vashj, the one boss I can't solo in there, Vashj. The Coilfang Strider's panic ability now activates every 4 seconds instead of 2. That is wonderful. I once got to a point where I had 2 of those up, and they popped fear right after the other ones went off, and it just kept happening. Oh. Man, my ear. Ah. The Tainted Elementals are now up for 5 extra seconds longer, which is 20 instead of 15. Shock Blast stun effect can be removed by abilities that remove you from stun, yada yada yada. Okay. Slightly easier, still don't think it's soloable. We'll try in 5.3. Let y'all know. For the High Astromancer Solarian encounter, this is Tempest Keep. The Nether Scryer's Domination spell now has a cast time up from instant cast, and it can be silenced. Wonderful. Personally, I ran around the room killing all the trash anyways. It's easy. But for the people who just want to face pull it, they can do it. The Void Reaver encounter, the Arcane Orb has been reduced, the radius reduced to 15 yards, down from 20. I guess that's kind of helpful. For Terrace of Endless Spring, you no longer need to have defeated Grand Empress Shexir to get in. That is wonderful. People will love that. Because I have some friends who have a raid team, and currently they've only got one person who's able to unlock it, and he doesn't want to use that character, because that character doesn't need any gear, and he's equally as good on another character that does need the gear from there. I helped him out last night and unlocked it for him. But as of 5.3, they don't need to do that anymore, so that's good for them and good for other people who never got that Empress Shexir unlock, because let's face it, Amber Shaper was a rather difficult fight. I mean, if they wanted to, they could probably, a few of them, find some pugs during the week and unlock it, but some of them are busy doing other things or just don't want to do it, because they had a lot of wipes on Amber Shaper. Anyways, Throne of Thunder, Horadon. Amani Beast Shaman no longer casts Chain Lightning while he's on his Warbear. That's nice, that'll help reduce the damage. For the Primordius fight, an achievement's been redesigned. Didn't know how it was before, but now everyone needs to kill Primordius without getting one of the bad 5-minute mutations, only the good 2-minute ones. I think I'm going to end right before PvP, so I'll finish off this last bit. Completing a challenge mode daily now gives you a heroic cache of treasures with a chance to contain an epic item. I'm wondering if they mean like a raid finder quality item, or just, you know, or 522, that'd be really nice. Ooh, Heroic Thunderforged. I'm dreaming, sorry. I've never been able to do a challenge mode. I've never really tried. The minimum level requirement to enter and equip items found in certain dungeons via Dungeon Finder has been adjusted. Gate of the Setting Sun is now available at level 89, which is nice. So now you can have a 5th dungeon you can do when leveling in Pandaria. And there is a normal difficulty of it. Grim Vital is now accessible at 84 instead of 85. And Lost City of Tolvir is at 84 instead of 85, which will help with leveling through cata content. Magister's Terrace will be accessible at 68 instead of 70, and Mechanar at 68 instead of 70, which will help with, you know, going through the Burning Crusade stuff. Zul'Gurub, Blood Lord Mandokir, will no longer use Decapitating against his current target. That definitely helps people solo him. You know, to get that mount. There is a mount off him if you didn't know. There's also one off of Panther Lady, if you care to go solo Zul'Gurub. It's a kata dungeon, so make sure you're prepared for that. Lorewalker Cho, for scenarios, will allow heroes to take part in either faction's scenarios, so players can see what the other side has been up to. I imagine if you go into the other faction, you're going to have one of those things, kind of like in that first Caverns of Time dungeon. The one where you free Thrall and you go through all the other places. Old Hillspread Foothills, that's what it's called. I imagine that place, like that thing where it turns you into a human, if you're not already a gnome, dwarf, or human, that they're going to have something like that, where it turns you into one of the other members' races. Anyways, this video is longer than I wanted it to be. It's 15.5 minutes, but there you have it. And I hope all of you have a wonderful day. I will see you all tomorrow. Remember, peace, love, and chicken.